What's going on, guys? Manny here, back with another video for you guys today, doing some more Go Battle League Ultra League matches. And today I'm going to be using a completely different team. I'm not going to be using Cloyster, even though as much as I love using Cloyster in Ultra League, as you can see here, I got Ampharos up against an Articuno. But this video is going to be focusing on Ampharos, Typhlosion, and Swampert for the matches. So it's a team I've been using recently, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun to use. Ampharos is actually pretty tanky for what he is. He's going to take neutral damage here against any like ice wind, like the icy wind there. But as you can see there, I immediately switch out to my Swampert, because Swampert does beat Snorlax. But like I was saying, Ampharos takes neutral damage from ice and dragon type attacks, so it's actually a really good Pokemon to lead off with. So as you can see there, I didn't shield that first body slam, and we're just going to do as much damage as possible. Go for a Hydro Cannon here. My opponent isn't going to shield either, and in this matchup, Swampert can win regardless of shields. So again, I'm not going to let this one go through, or I'm not going to shield this one, I should say. Again, Body Slam does do a good amount of damage, but no need to shield like the first 2 or 3. So I go ahead and launch another Hydro Cannon. They do end up shielding here, so now they're down both their shields, and they do get another Body Slam off. I am going to shield this one because I do have that Hydro Cannon ready, so go ahead and shield that, and then I'm going to go ahead and launch another Hydro Cannon here. So Swampert, basically the only like real meta Pokemon I'm using on this team right now. Just because it's just so good. It's just a good Pokemon overall. And I do end up taking down his Snorlax, and I do have another Hydro Cannon ready to go, which I'm going to spam immediately on this Articuno here. Which, again, Hydro Cannon going to do a good amount of damage there. Unfortunately, it's going to take on my Swampert, which is fine, but I'm actually, here I'm just, waiting out the timer switch there. And I'm just going to go ahead and launch Ampharos with the Thunder Punch, so, which obviously going to be super effective against him. And here I tried to get another Thunder Punch off, but I wasn't able to. I over tapped there, as you saw. So I go ahead and bring in my Typhlosion. Gonna go ahead and shield whatever move this is, because I know I'm gonna be able to get just because I know Togekiss charges up pretty slowly, and I'm gonna go ahead and launch a Blast Burn here, which is going to be enough to take out his Togekiss. So GG's to my opponent there. And for movesets for Ampharos, you really actually want Dynamic Punch and Thunder Punch, or not Dynamic Punch, Focus Blast, sorry. You want Focus Blast, Thunder Punch. My Ampharos here is actually using Dragon Pulse, mainly because I don't really need to worry about using a Focus Blast, because I do have both Typhlosion and Swampert, which obviously Focus Blast is really only good against the Reggies, and I have both Typhlosion and Swampert there to cover that. So see there, we both switched out. He switched into Swampert, I immediately switched into my Swampert. I go ahead and shield that first one, thinking it was going to be an Earthquake, and I'm not going to shield this one because I don't want to waste both my shields right away. But here I'm just building up some extra energy to hopefully just spam 2 Hydro Cannons myself back to back. So I'm launching the first one here, hoping to get a shield, which I do, and I do have another one ready to go again. So again, hoping to get his other shield or just to do a good amount of damage. He lets it go through, and now it's just a race to see if who can get to the third one. I decide to go ahead and shield this because I do have, I am going to be able to get to mine really quickly here. I do power up a little extra energy there. I'm hoping to beat him to another one. So go ahead and launch that. He shields that, and I'm actually able to get another Hydro Cannon here. So I am going to be able to take out a Swampert, just for, by the help of the extra farming I did. So now he's going to bring in back his Lapras. Going to bring back in my Ampharos with that Thunder Punch ready to go. Again, Ampharos is just a good Pokemon with the buff that Volt Switch should get here. So obviously I have no shields left. Goes for a Surf, does a decent amount of damage, but I do have another Thunder Punch ready to go. So Volt Switch, again, being able to just get my Thunder Punches in just 3 Volt Switch attacks is very good. And as you can see, basically almost takes out his Lapras, but he is able to get off one more charge move, which is completely fine. And my Typhlosion is going to go ahead and take care of this Lapras here. So now I'm just seeing what he gets next. It's a Togekiss, and I'm going to go and just build up as much energy as I can first, then go off and launch a Blast Burn, which is going to do a lot of damage to Togekiss here, as you can see. And then I go ahead and switch out to Swampert, which I tried to, I miscounted. I tried to switch out for this here, try to have my Swampert basically take that Ancient Power, but as you can see, Typhlosion was able to survive long enough anyway, so it's all good. Searching for my next opponent here, which is going to be, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, even though it's probably pretty easy, but I don't like butchering people's names. So next game, Ampharos versus Togekiss again. Ampharos can win this matchup. depending on shield usage. I am going to be able to get a Thunder Punch off here first, but he immediately switched into Venusaur, which is a very good switch there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Typhlosion. Again, Typhlosion will win this matchup depending on shield usage. I go ahead and let this first attack go through, and it's actually going to be a Sludge Bomb, which is a very smart choice. And here I'm just building up some extra energy. Once again, going ahead and launch a Blast Burn, which I'm expecting him to fully shield, which he does. And then again, I go ahead and actually shield this as well. So, because I knew I can get to another Blast Burn myself. So, I'm going to go ahead and shield this Frenzy Plant, build up to another Blast Burn, go ahead and launch that, hoping to either take out the Venusaur or get his second shield. So, I'm going to go ahead and launch Blast Burn. I do get his other shield, which is nice. So now I do have shield advantage. And right here, I'm just debating on what I want to do. And I said, screw it. I decided to go ahead and use my second shield here. So, probably didn't need to, but he brings in his Charizard, so I'm going to go ahead and use this Blast Burn anyways, because Blast Burn is going to hurt Charizard anyways as well. So you can see, even though it's not very effective, does mostly, like, basically half his health. Going to go ahead and obviously can't shield this, but I don't need to worry about my Swampert going down here. He retaliates with his own Blast Burn. I build some extra energy here, and then go ahead for a Hydro Cannon, so which is obviously going to take out his Charizard. So there he goes. And now he's going to go ahead and bring back his Venusaur, but because of that extra farming I did once again, I'm able to just launch another Hydro Cannon right away and take out his Venusaur. So now all he has left is this Togekiss, and I still got 3 Pokemon, even though Typhlosion and Swampert here are pretty hurt. I'm able to get off another Hydro Cannon here, which does a good amount of damage again to that Togekiss. And I go ahead and bring in my Typhlosion because I figured that he was going to have a charge ready to go. So I let my Typhlosion basically take that Ancient Power, and he does get that stat buff right there, but as you can see, it doesn't matter. I'm able to get off to one more Thunder Punch and take off the Togekiss. So GG's to my opponent there. Going on to the next game here, we have a Raku 777 God. And let's see what he starts off with here. So he's going to lead with a Giratina, and again, in this matchup, and again, Ampharos can win this with the proper shield usage. So I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna shield this Dragon Claw because again, it's gonna be neutral damage. Or I was thinking it was a Dragon Claw, it's an Ancient Power, but as you can see there, it's not even super effective. But it's gonna go ahead and launch a Dragon Pulse here, hoping to bait a shield, which I do. And now I'm just trying to get up another attack here. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this time here. And it's another Ancient Power. So at this point, I figured he was desperately trying to get that stat buff with Ancient Power. So I go off with another Dragon Pulse here, which he shields once again. And now I got both of his shields down. And I decided not to shield here, expecting another Ancient Power. And I was correct. So it's 3 Ancient Powers. Again, he's just really trying to get that stat buff, but obviously it didn't work for him. So here I'm going to go ahead, again, not shield this. I don't need to shield Dragon Claw or Ancient Power right away from Giratina with a Swampert. And here I'm just building up some extra energy, and then I go for an Earthquake, which is going to do massive damage to this Giratina here. And basically almost knocks it out. And he does get another charge move off, but again, don't want to use my other shield right away. So I'm going to go ahead and let this Dragon Claw go through. And building up some extra energy here again, but he does get one more charge move off, so I will shield this here because I do have that Hydro Cannon ready. So go ahead and shield that, building up some more energy, taking out his Giratina on just fast attacks, and I go for another Earthquake here, which is going to do a good amount of damage to his own Swampert. So you can see he does over half, and I do have a Hydro Cannon ready to go thanks to, again, just by farming down his Giratina there with fast attacks. So this will take out his Swampert, and now he's down to one last Pokemon, being a Registeel. So, and I'm actually able to get off to one more Hydro Cannon here before his Registeel takes down my Swampert. And again, Hydro Cannon is going to do a good amount of damage. And here I'm just trying to see what else I can do. And I'm actually able to get off one more Hydro Cannon. So I don't know if my opponent was farming too much here, because I know he has a Flash Cannon ready, or even if he has the Focus Blast, he has the attack ready to go. And as you can see here, he's going to go ahead and launch whatever attack this is into my Typhlosion. And it is a Flash Cannon. So obviously Typhlosion is going to be able to tank that. And here at this point, I thought he was going to get off another one, but obviously he doesn't. And Typhlosion is going to go ahead and finish off this Registeel with the Blast Burn. So again, I think he just overfarmed there. I should not have been able to get 2 Hydro Cannons off with the Swampert with that low of health. So going on to I believe it's going to be the final match of the video here for you guys. And we have YYYBBBCCC. So great trainer name there. And as you can see, he starts off with a Lapras again. Positive matchup here for me. And I do get off a Thunder Punch. I was expecting him to switch out here, but obviously he didn't. And I'm expecting to do massive damage or shield. And he does shield it. And again, I'm just going to let this attack go through because I wanted to see what it is. So it is a Surf, does a decent amount of damage. And just going to basically just keep using Thunder Punch, because Thunder Punch, again, charges up pretty fast with that Volt Switch. So he does go ahead and shield. And now he's down both his shields there. I still have my one. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one here, because I know for a fact I can get off another Thunder Punch. And there it goes. He does end up switching out into Giratina, but I go for a Dragon Pulse here because obviously I know he can't shield it, and this is going to do a good amount of damage to his Giratina, doing super effective damage there, and just whittle down away with whatever I can with the Volt Switch. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Swampert. Again, Swampert will win this matchup. I don't need to worry about shielding the Dragon Claws or Ancient Powers until Swampert's basically almost low. And as you can see there, he gets another Dragon Claw off. Again, not going to shield it because there's no point to. And as you can see, Dragon Claw doesn't really do much. And here, I decide to build up some energy, then switch over to Typhlosion. And I was expecting an Ancient Power here, but it's another Dragon Claw, which is completely fine. And now the goal here is just to whittle down the Typhlosion, or the Giratina on fast attacks. But he switches into Lapras, and I have that Blast from ready to go, which is going to knock out his Lapras. And then I believe he brings the Giratina back. Yep, and I'm able to just... here I decide to let this go through, because I was expecting another Ancient Power, but it wasn't. It was another Dragon Claw, and I just whittled down his Pokemon on just fast attacks. Brings in Togekiss. I go for the Blast Burn, which is going to do massive damage, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and switch into my Swampert here after he knocks out my Typhlosion. Switch into Swampert, and then I got the Hydro Cannon for the win. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
Push me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These hands and no fuse won't make me